Pains are in high gear as voters get set to go to the polls. One Georgia community is preparing for what could happen during the election and after the results are announced. Clayton County leaders want to be ready in case of any civil unrest.
We all saw what happened at the U.S. Capitol on January 6, 2021. Nobody wants a repeat of this. Atlanta News First Don Shipman is live with the First Alert breaking news tracker in Jonesboro. Don, you really hate to think it's come to something like this, but what are county officials saying about this workshop?
Well, first of all, this is the first time they've done a workshop like this. They know that Georgia is being watched, not only by all of us who live here in Georgia, but the rest of the country as well. So inside that building right there, those county leaders are going over every potential threat that could take place on, say, Election Day and thereafter.
To ensure that any threat or disruptions.
The list of potential threats is long, from a cybersecurity attack to someone attempting to harm voters or poll workers. Clayton County leaders gathering in this small room inside their election offices to play out every possible scenario.
This is a part of our management plan to test out our readiness and to come up with ideas that may help us on Election Day.
At the click of a button.
Election leaders, county and state law enforcement, the local power company, and even the fire department have a seat at the table. Under discussion right now, a made-up scenario where someone on social media calls on armed citizens to watch over vote counting. The real process will likely take a lot longer this year, now that Georgia lawmakers voted to mandate all ballots be hand-counted.
Our priority is to ensure that our polling places are secure, both not only the workers but those citizens who are coming in to vote. Should those be injured people, then we will obviously be part of that initial response.
Battleground state Georgia was thrust into the national spotlight during the 2020 election when then-President Donald Trump made that infamous call to Georgia's Secretary of State asking him to find votes in his favor. A legal battle that's still playing out, with the former president facing several charges in an election interference case in Fulton County, a scenario election officials in Clayton County hope to avoid.
So we want to make sure that we're doing everything that we possibly can to be prepared.
Presidential election is always big, and this one's no different.
And Clayton County leaders are hoping that by holding this workshop here today, that they are reassuring the voting public that their vote will count, it will be safe. They say they are ready. By the way, Election Day is Tuesday, November 5th. In Clayton County, Don Shipman, Atlanta News First.